but I'm sure as a CEO, it's got to be from time to time, especially as an organization continues to grow. It's becoming a very, you said boutique, but I mean, gosh, how many employees do we have now? Like
I
119,
think we're up to like
120 employees?
180 or so, 180. Yeah.
180
Yeah.
employees. Wow, it's faster growth
Yeah.
than I even remember from the conversations that we had a couple months ago. So like incredible. So that's a lot of people and probably stress. What do you do to handle stress?
I kick my dog. No, I'm kidding. No, I do. I do a lot of stress. Like I said before, like I really do just spend time with my family. I try to decompress. Um, you know, that's it. I mean, I do exercise on a regular basis. That's a big part of like me handling the day-to-day stress is I mean it's not a lot, but I spend about 30 to 45 minutes every single morning doing cardio, believe it or not, even looking at me. And that's a way that, it allows me to focus before the beginning of the day and really be able to kind of have a clear head and take on each day, um, not bringing the last day to the new day. If that makes any sense. Um,
Yeah.
and that's it. And I also, like I said, I spent a lot of time in sports. I played a lot of sports growing up, so I did a lot of coaching. I do a lot of coaching of my young children, basketball, a little bit of football. We did baseball, like the whole thing. We're a very sporty family.
Okay. So one of the team members here has. Do you watch the NBA? Then I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, huge NBA fans here.
What's your
Huge.
favorite team?
The Knicks. The Knicks are my favorite team. 100%. New York Knicks, all
Not
around.
the Nuggets.
No, no, I did go, but again, it's funny. Whenever I would go, that's what I do too. And if I go to see a client, my whole thing is I take them to a basketball game. It's new. Like people are like, oh, people used to go to dinner. Now I go to a basketball game. It means I get to go to a different basketball game in a different city. Yeah, we love basketball. Love it. I try to go to the Madison Square Garden as much as possible with mostly my son Jack, my older son, who plays basketball. We have just a ball. But yeah, we watch as much as we can.
And one of these times we got to do a whole show just talking about like family and
Oh my
because I know you
god.
love your family
Yeah.
so much.
Oh,
But speaking of food and dinners, one of the other questions was, what Filipino food have you enjoyed the most?
I'm not gonna. You got a lot of you guys know me. Um, I really don't adventure at all. When I'm there, it's kind of like a short term type of thing, and I try to keep my palate as neutral as possible because I do not want to encounter any type of diarrhea or anything like that while I'm trying to get certain things done in a short amount of time. So Albert will tell you this, and everybody tells you that. I am a big Starbucks person. I eat mostly in the hotel. One time that I actually did venture out, and I was feeling a little. It was in 2016. I was a little confident I was there. I got really sick, like really sick, and not even just the food. Maybe I was a little neurotic at the same time, but like I wound up leaving. Like, I went home. I was like, I gotta go. So
No.
I'm very I keep my palate pretty neutral when I'm there. I'll try some. I have tried some things, but I mostly do stick to and again it also there's a feeling that it is Philippines, it's a third world, right? But like where we are, our city, like it's pretty bustling in Davao and even Cebu. There's like 3 Starbucks, right? They have like they have Dunkin' Donuts. They're good. They have malls with I don't have to eat street food. I'm good. I'm good. I promise one time I'll be there in October. Maybe you guys can convince me to do something.
Oh my gosh. So to completely change gears, but along the same lines of lighthearted fun questions, what is the best TV show of all time for you?
I just get it's gonna be so boring. But being again at my age group, I would definitely say it's a toss up between Friends and Seinfeld. Um, I'm very boring. I know. I mean, I could definitely say Nip Tuck if you anybody have seen that one. That was bananas. It was about like what's it called again? Two doctors. What kind of doctors were they? I forget, but they're two doctors, and it was plastic surgeons, and it was a wild show. And if no one's ever seen Nip Tuck, it was like in the early 2000s, bananas.
Well, you know that we talked a lot about culture, and we're
Mhm.
a global organization. So, one of the questions that we received, is it possible for a staff gathering working with all employees from all countries?
So I do romanticize about that. No two ways about it. Uh, to do that would be an egregious use of an egregious use of funds that I am not sure that the business would appreciate doing at this point. However, I am absolutely going to do it. So I'm trying to figure out what that number would be before I could do that. But I would suspect within the next year we will definitely do something kind of like a resort in the middle between India, the Philippines, and us here. So I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it. But again, like this business, like I always say, is bigger than me. It's bigger than anybody. Like it's a growing organism that supports a lot more than me. So I have to make decisions on behalf of the business more than behalf of what I want. And yeah, like I want to, I would love to be able to, take everybody to a resort and party, and we're going to do that. But I have to kind of figure out where that is. I mean, I have such a, I mean, again, I don't get me wrong, I don't mind spending money, but like, I really have a tough time as the business is growing uh, to uh, to take anything out of the business that's not directly related to um, the people or like R&D, like generative AI. Like we spend as much money as we possibly can on R&D. Like anything other than that just seems so wasteful. It's kind of the same way I am like personally. Like don't get me wrong, I don't live modestly. Like I try my best to do what I can. But I always do the same thing. Before I buy the new car, should I put more money into my savings, right? Or my kids' college fund? Like, so I'm very, very responsible when it comes to like what we're doing with our money. And I think that's part of the reason why, like, why our company is as healthy as it is from a cash perspective.